Hi guys, I'm Cassie, and you're watching Soleful Discussions.
All right, so hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Good. Can you tell everybody real quick just like kind of how we met, like how we ended up in this situation today?
Instagram. Through Instagram.
Absolutely,
Yes.
absolutely. So I reached out to you on Instagram about doing this interview. First of all, if you could just tell everybody what were your thoughts about when I sent you that DM in terms of like coming out and doing this. What did you think?
I thought it was super interesting.
Okay.
Yeah, I thought it was super interesting. Like when you brought up like feet, foot modeling, I was like, oh, sick. Like, cause like when I think of feet, I think of like foot fetish. So like that's,
Absolutely.
and then when you were like, oh, reflexology, and then when I went to your page and looked into it, I was like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah.
And I recently just learned about reflexology like maybe a year ago.
Oh, nice.
It just literally just learned about it.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was like a thing.
Yep.
And yeah, so and the more that I've learned about it, and like it's like massaging like the
Yeah.
bottoms with like
Yeah.
like rocks or
Yeah.
different textures.
There's
so.
different things you can do with it, like all kinds of different avenues to take there. And so like that's kind of what interested me in like get into this. Like yeah, to your point, like a lot of people when they hear about feet, it's immediately like that's because it got blown up, right? Like in 2020, like a lot of girls got into foot modeling. It's
Yep.
like can't do nothing, I'm a foot model, right? So kind of the concept of my channel is about partially that, but it's also about like can we get out of that and think more big about that? Like the feet, we have feet and like they take us everywhere and we can do lots of
Exactly.
things with them. It's like our foundation. So I try to give that information as well and just like kind of try to tie it together.
I get it.
Absolutely. So look, I've seen some of your stuff and one of the things I think that stood out, and I don't always get this reaction, but like your reaction to when I like asked you about this, like you were very confident. You're just like, hey, of course I'm down. And it's like I actually have the feet to go with it and everything like that. Where'd that confidence come from? Like, where'd you get
Well,
that?
I've always been told I have nice feet.
Okay.
Like
okay.
I've dated two men that had huge foot fetishes.
Okay.
So they told me, they're like, you have lovely feet.
Oh, there it is.
Lovely feet.
There it is. Okay.
Yes.
And so for you, you already kind of have a confidence because of that. Mm-hmm. I think I don't want to ask this question yet. We'll kind of get into that a little bit later. But I think what is your mindset in terms of when it does come to those things that we're interested in, right? That other people might find to be like, that's a little weird to me. But
Well,
for some people, they may have a love for it.
For the people that do have a love for it, because like you got to experiment with the feet.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Is
Yeah,
like
yeah,
you
yeah.
really do got to experiment with the feet, and it from what I've learned, it's like the foundation, because like you said before, it's the foundation that walks us everywhere, carries us everywhere. So if you think about it, the foundation, like all of your sensations, is coming from the feet and then up.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
like if you experiment, people who have like foot fetishes, like from the dating that I've done with the two guys that had the foot fetishes, like the licking of the feet, the touching of the feet, like it's
Absolutely.
very sensual.
Absolutely.
And it
so
feels
like the sensations you can
yes,
get from
yeah,
it. Absolutely.
it's very sensual. And then when you like, if you want to switch it to the other side, like reflexology, it's also a different kind of sensation.
Absolutely,
It
yeah.
can be a little bit more rougher, but then a little bit more on the softer side. But in the end, it's still kind of hitting certain points in the foot
Absolutely.
that help you as like an individual just to be able to stand strong.
Absolutely. And what they do and what they call reflexology, so there's another name for it, they call it zone therapy because like,
no, I've never heard
you
this.
hit these different areas, right, that actually connect to these different parts of your body. Like, so if I intentionally go in and say like, okay, hey, I have a shoulder strain or something like that, like there's
Yeah,
an
yeah.
ation I can go massage that can help me out with that tension there. Because if you think about your body, right, and I'm technically supposed to get into this later, but we're going to do it now. If you think about your body, right, your mind is like basically command center. It like gives these signals to like the rest of your body, do this, do that, right? And so all these, what you just got through talking about, endpoints, like even in your hands, like you have, these are endpoints, this is the ends for everything. Mm-hmm. So when you actually massage and do things in those different areas, it kind of sends that energy back up and like helps you out. So it's a really cool thing, like when you think about it.
And what did you call that? Zones?
Zone therapy, yeah.
Zone therapy.
Absolutely.
Okay,
So
I'll
sometimes
think
you'll
that.
see when you go into the malls, right? Like you'll see the people who are out there, they're doing massages, and they have like it's like almost like a diagram of the foot, and it'll show like
Yeah.
different areas.
Areas.
Those are zones.
Okay, I
that
see.
People actually like massage into and things like that. So like, it's a pretty cool thing when you think about it.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
yeah. Like could they talk about like the heart of the foot and the different? Okay.
The lungs, the kidneys, all that stuff is in there. Absolutely. So let's kind of get into some questioning because like we talked about. So this is about three things. We kind of talk about the foot portion, also exposure therapy. So I want to know about some of the experiences you have with trying new things. Like when it comes to like, I've never tried this before. Like, how do you go about deciding that? And then we'll talk a little bit more about reflexology. So,
Like, what do you mean? Like when I get presented with things, and then how do I?
yes. So I'm gonna ask you questions about that. And you can
Okay.
just tell me like how you tend to go about that.
Okay.
All right. Let's start with the first question. And I think I kind of asked it already, but I want to see if you can like dig a little bit more into it. What's something you like other people might find to be weird? And it doesn't necessarily have to be something that is weird, but like I've heard people who like, for example, like eat ketchup on their pizza or stuff like that. Like, do you have anything like that where people might look at you and be like, "That's a little odd"?
I have a
I have a bunch of things I can.
well, I have like a foot fetish for my own feet,
Oh,
like
really?
only for my own feet.
Okay.
Like I love people playing with I love my feet,
Oh, okay.
but I don't like other people's feet.
Oh, that makes sense.
I don't know.
I've heard that many a times where it's like, hey, I like my feet, but like when it comes to other people's, I'm good. And there's no problems with that whatsoever. Let me ask you this: in terms of when it comes to yourself, have you ever dealt with any like, I guess like social like judging when it comes to like you as part like a body part that maybe somebody like teased you about or something like that? Has that ever happened to you before?
Yeah, well, I feel like a lot of times, taking it to the other side is like I get very sexualized a lot.
Oh, okay.
So like that, like just even with my pictures or something like that. Sometimes like when I'm doing modeling, I'm creating like art. It feels
Absolutely.
like art to
Yes.
me. And if you think about it, sometimes like the bodies that we've been given, it's also an art form. None of us are the same. Like we're all
Exactly.
different shapes, sizes, and but I've had where people are judging a certain photo that has been done, sexualizing it to the extreme,
Oh, I see. Okay.
and then getting presented with that, and that actually brought a lot of like complicated feelings because
Okay.
I was stuck in between, like here I am trying to make art, but then here I am, I see the other spectrum of it where I can see the world taking it very
Yes.
sexualized.
Yes.
So it's like I felt like I was kind of stuck in the medium between, okay, where do I find the fine line between what I'm trying to create here?
Yeah, and I think so with my channel, a lot of people like will sometimes like say to me, it's like, "Oh, dude, you're only doing this because like it's about the feet," and I'm like, if that was the case, like I have videos where women have been like, I don't want to show my feet or whatever like that, and I've still posted those videos. If that was the case, why would I do that, right? Like there would be no point in me like posting that. But I heard this from somebody before who was an artist, and they were talking about like meta narrative, right?
What is that?
Where basically it's like, if you're an artist and you put something out, right, there's going to be a bunch of different narratives for like what you put out.
Yes,
Only you truly know what it is that you're trying to do. And no matter what it is, people are always going to try to put themselves like into your shoes, but you got to remember they're putting themselves in your shoes and trying to look at it from their lens, so they're always going to see what they want to see, as opposed to what you're actually trying to put out and what you're doing. So I've always just thought about it like that ever since I've heard that, like, that's okay. Like, you can say whatever you want to say. I know what my intentions are, what I'm trying to do, and
yeah, that's cool. I like that.
Absolutely. In terms of when it comes to that specific thing, like you kind of talk about with the, you know, how people kind of sexualize some photos about you. Do you think that that's something that you're still dealing with now, or have you kind of found a way to kind of just like, it is what it is? I
found a way to set a boundary with it, because some of the things that people were saying were very forward, and I was like, hey, that's not what I'm here for.
I would imagine this is mostly guys.
Yes, yes, it was. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And I was like, this is not what I'm here for.
Yeah.
And so I even like had a good conversation with the photographer about it too, because like we both like were talking about, because he got the same kind of responses, and he's like, I don't even know if I can post this anymore.
Yeah.
So
that's the sad side. Be all right.
Yeah, so it became like a whole controversial thing that we had to like really discuss about, and in the end we're like, look, we're out here trying to create art. It's not to you know, if you take it the way you take it, that's
literally how it is. Like, you think about movies that people put out, right? One of my favorite movies is Inception. I don't know if you've ever seen that.
I have. Yeah.
All right. the ending of the movie, right? The way that they left it, where it's kind of like open ended to like you kind of make your own like
Figuring it out.
what
Yeah.
you think. Okay, is he in this other world? Did he come? Like, what is it, right? And so I think that like to me, that's what art is to me. Like you figure out what it is to you. Like as the artist, I know what it is.
Yeah. Yes.
So go with whatever you want. Cool. In terms of when it comes to like any types of anxieties or anything you might have, do you experience anxiety? And then if you do, what do you do like to like counteract how you feel in those moments?
I do a lot of writing.
Okay.
A lot of writing for my anxiety, and honestly, spending time by the water
Yes.
is really helpful. Because my head gets so filled that's why I have to let it out. I gotta
Yeah.
write it out, and
Do you like poetry or is it just like
it's poetry.
journaling?
It's journaling and poetry. At first, like I feel like my journal entries turn into poems because
Nice.
I write down like what I'm feeling, like exactly just whatever's in my head, just to get it
That's
out.
dope.
And then from there, I'm able to look at it and analyze it, and then I'm like, okay, let me see if I can turn this into something beautiful. Like let me see what I can do to try
That's
to just
beautiful, man.
mix what I'm feeling
Yes.
and bring it out.
Absolutely.
And so that's kind of what I've learned to do, and I suppressed that actually for quite some years in my adult life.
Oh, really?
I did a lot of writing in high school,
Okay.
like, and then I think about a year ago in October, I found my poetry folder
Uh-huh.
from my high school, and I was just like, I should get back into writing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so it's been a year since I've been back into writing.
That's great, man. Like sometimes you need that, right? A joke, like almost like and just get back into something. Never know where it can lead to. In terms of when it comes to a friend or family member, if anybody was like you knew was like kind of dealing with stress or anxiety, what would be some things that you would suggest to them to do to like help themselves like kind of get out of whatever rut that they're kind of in?
Sometimes I try to ask them to internalize, like, what are they feeling? Sit with whatever they're feeling with, and then where in their body are they feeling it?
Yeah.
And I think sometimes just depending, because I'm a very naturalist, very herbal kind of
I kind
individual.
of get that. Yeah, from your vibe. Yeah, I kind of get that. Yeah.
So I always go like straight to herbs. I'm always telling my friends, let's play with a little bit of herbs. Let's be little
Okay.
witches if we need to.
Yeah, there you go. Put this together and see what we get. I love it.
So like I like doing like a lot of herb mixing and just trying to ask people to really just sit with themselves and figure out what's going
Yeah.
on with inside them.
Yeah, yeah.
Where do they feel the pain? Where do they feel like they're holding a lot of tension in their body? So that's pretty much what I recommend a lot. But
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
always there to just be like, let me listen, let me hear you, and then let me see how I can
From
help
there.
you.
And
Yeah.
you kinda, yeah, because for everybody, like, I think that everything that you might think of is not going to be for everybody, right? But I think if you listen, you like a person will tell you like kind of what it is that they need, right? Like whether it's like, hey, like I haven't been feeling like myself, and like I just feel like I'm doing the same thing every day. Like that's probably you need to go out and do something to switch it up. Like
Yes,
go out and
yeah.
do something that maybe you wouldn't normally do, right?
Get out of the routine of the everyday same thing.
Because that's what sometimes that's what you have to do. Like for me, like I work 12-hour days. I was just talking to somebody about this. I was like, dude, I work 12-hour days. The YouTube thing is just like a hobby for me to do on the side. But like sometimes I can get caught up with this. Like I feel like I'm just going to work and I come home, I eat, I go to sleep, and I'm doing it again. So I kind of need something like this to kind of break that,
Habit.
monotony that I kind of have going on.
Right.
To like kind of make this a little bit more clear. So yeah, it's very important. Cool. Let's get into these questions now. I mean, you kind of already answered some of these like at the beginning, but we're gonna ask them again anyway. What's your thoughts about your feet? How do you feel about your feet?
I love my feet. I do. I think they're super cute. Yeah, I love my feet. I love them being played with. I love them just being tickled. When I first learned about reflexology a year ago, I was like, oh my gosh, why didn't I hear about
Why
this
didn't I know
sooner?
about this before?
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
So I love everything that has to do with the feet. And as I've dug more into the feet after like hearing people tell me that I have great feet,
Yeah.
I've learned a lot more about it, like
Nice.
like the zones that you're talking about,
Yeah.
reflexology that just came into my life like a year ago.
Yeah.
So it's been like a feet journey for me.
That's right. I love that. I love it. In terms of like when it comes to like the compliments, so you said you've gotten compliments from 2 of your exes. Have there been any compliments outside of that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I've had neighbors just tell me too. They told me like you should do foot modeling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, here we are. They kind of brought it forward for you. But let me ask you this: like, so when you, I don't know if one of your exes gave you the first compliment or if it was somebody outside of that. But when you first got a compliment about that, what was like your reaction or your like? How did you feel about it? Like in the moment?
Well, actually, I felt really nice about it.
Okay.
The first time I got told I had great feet was actually not from a guy I dated.
Oh.
It was from a female friend from
Okay.
high school.
Nice.
And we were actually in a church setting. Yeah.
And she was just like, oh, hey.
Yeah. Well, because we were wearing heels and we were in
Okay.
church and like we're just walking and we sit down next to each other and she looks at my feet and she goes, Cassie, you got great toes.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. So how did that feel for you? Like,
It felt really good. I was
Okay.
like, I've never been complimented on my toes before.
I never even thought about that. Let me look at these.
No,
real
but
quick.
so as soon as she complimented on my toes, I looked at her toes and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you got good feet
It's
too.
like, hey, I don't know. Maybe it's a tag team thing we can do or whatever. Yeah, that's really dope, man. I
Yeah.
don't always get that response because I think for most people that's a different compliment, right?
Mm-hmm.
I always ask this though, right? So because like I would imagine that's not like a main compliment you get, but like when you get compliments about other things, do you tend to look at it in the same vein, like compliments are compliments to you, or is it like,
Oh my
that's
gosh.
a little different?
Anytime I get compliments, I get so bashful.
Oh, is
and
that right?
I really do. Like I being in the modeling industry, you get compliments a lot, but anytime like I've never taken them for granted. I never
Yes.
do. Anytime sometimes I get a little awkward when
Yeah,
people
yeah.
give me compliments. I'm like, "Ugh." So I get very bashful and a little
That's
awkward.
dope. Let me ask you this. So I've started asking this question. Do you provide compliments? And I want to ask about if you provide compliments to men.
I do.
Okay.
I think men need it a lot
They
more,
do.
if I'm being honest.
And so what is a compliment that you would typically give to a guy? Like you saw him in public and like you would say what to him?
Hey guys, I hope you're subscribed to the channel. If not, please like and subscribe.
I would say probably like, depending on what I'm looking at, either you're handsome
Uh-huh.
or compliment them on their eyes.
Okay,
A lot of times
okay.
guys will catch me with their eyes. And so I used to tell guys, and I had this conversation with some of my guy friends
Yeah.
too. I used to tell guys, "Oh, you're so cute,"
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "No, don't call us cute. We don't like cute." Like they're like, for women, if a guy calls you a woman cute,
Yeah,
that
yeah.
can mean a wide range of things.
Okay.
But for a girl to call a guy cute, unless we're doing something that's actionably cute,
Yeah, yeah,
okay.
yeah, yeah.
But don't call us cute.
Okay.
Like we think puppy.
Oh, so I don't know if I feel the same about that.
No?
Like,
Okay.
I look at compliments kind of like what you said, right? If somebody compliments me, I'm like, that's really dope. I think I was, we were in Denver, me and my girlfriend, last week. And while I was there, I like stopped by to grab some lunch at like Taco Bell. And like, while I was there, like the lady just like randomly was just like, oh, you're so handsome. Like, and she's just like, as she's talking to me, she just keeps calling me handsome or whatever like that. And I was just like, I feel great. Like, it was like my girlfriend was kind of like, hey, what's her name? Where's she work at? And
Yeah.
I was like, it's okay. But I think that's great. So if somebody calls me cute, handsome, whatever it may be, I think for like what you said, I don't take it for granted, and I appreciate somebody going out of their way to say something like that to me. So that's really dope.
Yeah.
In terms of compliments you've received throughout your life, can you look back on a compliment where you were like, when you got that from somebody, you were like, that really made your day, it made you feel good because it was like, it wasn't a common compliment, maybe it had something to do more with who you are as a person? Because I would imagine you get a lot of compliments about your beauty and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That's great. But like if somebody compliments like, hey, your energy, or if they
Yes.
compliment like, just like,
It
your,
hits
your
harder.
intelligence or whatever it may be, like that might
Yeah.
feel a little better, right?
It does. It hits harder. It feels like an acknowledgement to like what you're just saying. You as a person. You
Yes.
feel seen.
Yes.
And I've had friends who tell me like, Cassie, you have such a very like a bright energy, light.
Yeah.
You bring light.
Yeah.
And that's always like really hit me
Yeah.
very hard. And if anything, it helps me on like the bad days.
That
It-
part.
that
part,
helps
you can look
me.
back on it. And I'll
Yes.
tell you this right now, just from you writing, I kind of got that from you. Because some people
Thank
like
you.
who I'm like messaging back and forth with about possibly doing this, I get like very like one sentence answers or like yeah, or like you put a little bit more thought into it.
Oh,
I
thank
can tell
you.
that you're actually like saying stuff about it, right? You actually looking at what I'm saying and you're trying to respond to that in the best way it matters. So I do appreciate that.
You're
for sure.
welcome.
Cool. In terms of pedicures, how often do we get pedicures?
I used to do them like once a month.
Okay.
Um,
Is gel like your go-to? Do you do gel or you just do
Gel. I like the gel. I used to do like just the paint, but it
regular one?
came
Yeah.
off too quick.
See, and that's what I say. And a lot of women tell me they're like, some women are like, all of the regular lasts a long time for me. And I'm just like, I don't know. Maybe it's activities you do, or like if maybe
I'm
if you're
not
a little bit
sure.
more like on the go, maybe it runs out a lot quicker. And if you're more of a chill person, it doesn't. I don't.
I'm not sure. I'm very active.
Yeah, yeah.
Like I love running around with no shoes.
Yeah, that's my girlfriend.
Yeah, I'm
No
like
shoes.
that was God's intended way to be. So yeah, I'm constantly here at the beach.
Nice.
Like I'm bringing my kids down. Like we're everywhere. So gel works for me, and it lasts me like a good month. So
Okay.
that's why I probably would do it like once a month.
Okay.
But in the past couple of months, getting this pedicure
Uh-huh.
was probably my first that I've done in like 6 months.
6 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
I was trying to let my
you were
nails.
just doing like a natural.
Yeah,
type
and just
thing?
trying to get them really grown
Yeah.
and strong.
My girlfriend did the same thing, so she took a break, and I think I got her first pedicure in like. Actually, my mom got her first pedicure
Aw.
in a while, like maybe 2 or 3 months ago, and then I treated her to. I typically always treat her to pedicures every month, but she said she wanted to
Sweet.
take a break from it and just like
Yeah.
just let her nails breathe and things like that. So definitely get it.
It's good for us.
Let me ask you this: have you ever heard of medical pedicure before? Is that familiar to you?
No. What is
Alright,
that?
So medical pedicures are when you go see like a podiatrist, specialist of the foot.
Uh-huh.
What they do is like think about like how dentists like tell you about your teeth and they tell you like what's happening. Podiatrists tell you what's happening with your feet, like what's going on. They give you information. One of the services that they do. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm sorry. Kind of getting caught up here. Some of the services that they do that people know about are like the ingrown toenails. When
Right.
you have like the really cracked heels and
Yes.
they gotta kind of almost take like a cheese grater and get all that stuff.
Yeah,
off.
or like the fungus stuff.
Yes,
The athlete's foot.
Correct.
Yeah.
So most people know about that.
Uh-huh.
But another service they provide is what's called a medical pedicure, where you go in and like it's all about giving you that information. They cut your nails at the right grain they're supposed to be cut. They kind of give you information about your feet, like toe alignment, stuff like that.
Oh, I
If
didn't
you have
know
like dry
this.
skin, they tell you what type of lotion to use for
Uh-huh.
that. And they like kind of it's like the cleanest possible thing you could get. Like,
So
you
if
go-
I make an appointment with a podiatrist, they could provide this.
So you look it up. You look it up. There's specific people who like kind of do the service who are
Okay,
podiatrists.
okay.
And you can go there and like literally just request like, hey, I just want to get like an examination on my feet. So they'll do all the work there, and they don't do colors there though.
Okay.
So I know. Most of the time I tell people this. They're like,
They're like,
oh,
we're not
I
nail
can get that."
technicians.
Yeah. So they don't do the cut, but they do a clear coat that just makes your feet look nice and
And
healthy
shiny.
and all that. But
Okay.
what would your thoughts be if you had the opportunity to like go see somebody like that?
I think that'd be amazing.
You'd be down for that.
Yeah.
Cool. Absolutely. So I've actually got something set up where I'm trying to do this with somebody where we could go in together and like kind of get like, tell us about Cassie's feet.
Okay.
Let's do it. Cool. In terms of shoes, if you could only choose one type of shoe or style of shoe for the rest of your life, couldn't wear anything else, what would you choose?
It'd have to be between Vans and Converse.
Vans and Converse. Okay.
I know they're like the two flattest.
They're the two.
I
was
know.
getting ready to say that,
They're
like,
the two flattest feet, like
Okay.
shoes. I know they are, but
Is it like a comfort thing? Is it style? What is it?
style. It's
the
old
style.
school
Okay.
memories. It's nostalgic.
Yeah. She's like, I gotta have one of those.
Yeah, I do.
That's definitely dope. In terms of going barefoot, you've already kind of said this, but how often you go barefoot?
Oh, pretty much like every day.
Every day.
I'm pretty much barefoot every single day because
Okay.
I'm always grounding, and
Okay.
then like I said, most of the time I just don't like wearing shoes. I just don't like wearing shoes.
And I think I saw you doing some yoga on the like beach in one of your photos or something like. So I would imagine that kind of goes hand in hand together with the grounding and stuff
Yes,
like that.
yeah. I'm
Absolutely.
constantly doing yoga.
That's really dope, man. I love that.
you.
Cool. All right. So in this one right now, can we see what your feet look like? Can we
Yes.
take a look? All right. So what I'm gonna have you do first, we're just gonna take the shoes off and leave your socks on. But
Okay.
Let's get the story behind these shoes right now. If you could tell me like, what is the story behind these? Like, where'd you get them from? How long have you had them?
I've had these shoes probably like the last 2 years maybe.
Okay.
I got them from a neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Her and her husband, like, very sweet individuals. Love them to death. And she loves shoes,
Okay.
loves shopping.
Yeah.
And she got these shoes and she's just like, I'm not into them. So when she gave them to me, they were brand spanking new.
Yeah.
Brand spanking new Nikes.
And those are white blazers. And so those are like lovely. Absolutely.
Thank you. Yeah.
I mean, because
so,
you can kind of dress them up with anything, right? It doesn't matter. Like,
Yeah.
you just put them on and...
they've been a lifesaver for me, if I'm being
Nice.
honest. They really have. I wore them in the fashion shoot I did with Wilson
Okay.
like 2 weekends ago.
Okay.
And they're like, those are perfect.
Yeah, yeah. You
Yeah.
Just, something
tennies.
simple, but like you can still dress it up with anything.
Yeah.
Love that. Love
So yeah, neighbors gave them to me. They're actually a size bigger
Okay.
on me, but they're comfortable.
that. Sweet. Well, so let's get into that. What size do you wear?
I'm a size 6.5, 7.
6.5,
7 in heels. I don't know why it's so
For the
different for me.
space, I would imagine.
Yeah,
Right?
and then 6.5 in shoes.
That makes sense.
But these are a size 8.
Okay. Whoa. Okay.
But they actually, my
They
toes right
work
here.
well for you. Okay.
Yeah,
so
they
not
do.
too bad. Okay. Cool. Let's go ahead. Let's finish. Take it off real quick. And yeah, like these are very simple. I imagine these remind me of like when you go to gym.
Yes.
Like, or,
Yep.
or maybe even going to work out or something like that.
I use them for working out quite a bit.
Absolutely. Cool. So then we're gonna try to get a close up here. Let's see. Okay. Cool. And so I'm just gonna give you some information about your feet first. First of all, love that pedicure.
I
Don't know
did
where you got
rose
it from, but it's
gold.
like almost like a chrome type.
Yes.
It looks like pinkish chrome.
Mhm.
Is what it looks like I'm looking at.
Call it rose gold.
Rose
Rose gold.
Okay, I love that. So it looks like from here your toe alignment. I think it's a Roman toe alignment.
Roman toe alignment.
So there's different toe alignments. So I have a book here. I mean, let's show this to you, and then you can kind of take a look at it and see like different toe alignments that we all have. Not everybody has the same one. So here, take a look at that.
Yeah, let me see.
All right. So if you look on there, there's one that's called the Roman. Now, if you look at that, it's like the 3 toes at the top are almost the same. They're almost the same size, right?
Yeah, yeah.
That's what you have.
Oh.
Yeah. And if your bigger toe was bigger, if it was like bigger and it kind of went like along in the
So
line.
what does that mean? What does that mean exactly? Like when you have like.
So what it's basically telling you information about your feet, right?
Uh-huh.
People who typically have like these style of feet, like you usually have like a different sizing metric,
Okay.
right? I don't know if you've ever seen like with shoes, right? In some countries they don't go based on like a size 8, size 7. It's sometimes a different size. It's like
Yeah.
it may go on like centimeters or metrics or whatever it may be. They just do a different size for it. That kind of helps you out with that, right? But it just means the way your toes are aligned, basically, right? So certain shoes might not fit you as well as other shoes might fit you, right? Depending on how they're made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's interesting. I didn't know this.
Yeah, absolutely. So cool. Let's get back to it. So let's have you, if you can, we're just gonna have you go like so straight up like this, like just show your toes, like this. Just put your feet straight out like this, straight up.
Oh, straight out.
Straight up. Yeah, there you go. Just like I'm trying to figure out what to do. Let me get back here real quick. So let me ask you this: how you feeling? We met online not too long ago. Now we're here. We're doing this interview and everything.
Like I said, when I first heard about it and you messaged, I was like, this is interesting. This is cool. I'm so down. And then just meeting you, you're just like, I hope kind of what I would imagine. You're chill. You're down to earth. You're cool.
That.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So.
I try to be. Cool. Let's kind of like dig into the reflexology. We're gonna go a little bit deeper. In terms of reflexology, hold on. Let me just get this back straight again. Over straight. Yes. Focus. There. Cool. In terms of reflexology, right? We were talking about a little bit earlier. I think some of the things that you can kind of add in there about reflexology. There's different things you can do about it. So massages was one of the things you mentioned. Acupuncture is another one that kind of like, if you notice, like they go in and they put like these different needles in different areas. It's because those areas will like connect back to another part of your body. Another thing is like acupressure. So where it's like, it's all about the pressure that they're applying with like doing some of those other things. What are your thoughts about like, I mean, you kind of mentioned it a little bit earlier, but what are your thoughts about something like that is more of a holistic practice? It's more natural. It doesn't have to do with like taking a pill or anything like that.
I love all of that. I think it's beautiful, and it brings us back to our roots. You know, I feel like the medications and stuff. It's more of like a Band-Aid than it is something to help you.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, and that's what I kind of try to go out and do, because I think a lot of people have never even heard what reflexology is, and I'm like, there's a way for you to kind of like help your own body out,
Yeah.
like just by doing like some of these things right here. So
When I was talking about this coming up, doing this whole interview, a lot of people didn't even know what reflexology
Really?
was. And like I
Really?
said, I just learned about it a year ago.
that's dope.
So I think that what you're doing is really cool because you're helping acknowledge a lot of other people who don't know about this. And in the end, you're going to help a lot of people
Yeah,
because you're bringing them back to their roots and to have something that can help their bodies in the long term.
Natural way, absolutely. Cool.
And if
So-
people got foot fetishes, okay.
Yeah, that's what I think. I'm like, dude, whoever wants to come along for the ride to Jersey, let's just go. All right? Hopefully you get something out of it. Real quick, so let's go into this now, because like usually we get to reflexology, we like to talk about sensitivity. And you kind of already talked about you like to be tickled. Okay. How sensitive are you when it comes to that?
So I think I'm very sensitive.
Okay.
Like, I'm a sensitive person emotionally, just in general.
Not just with this, but
Yeah.
with everything too.
So
yeah.
then, like, essential, like, yeah, I'm very ticklish. People
Okay.
can come up to me and just kind of like grab
the
my
rib cage.
sides.
What
Yeah,
about the neck?
and I'm like, oh yeah, even the neck, the toes. What are the other places? I even just learned about like using feathers for like sensual
Yes,
play,
yes.
and I never knew about that.
Absolutely.
So that even like is nice. I've
Yeah,
never
yeah.
heard of like.
Man, so you're digging into it a little bit more. So, we'd like to test the sensitivity,
Okay.
if you don't mind, to
Yeah,
see
yeah.
like what your level is. Where do you think you're gonna land at? First of all, just tell me on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest.
7.
7.
I think it'll be a 7.
Okay, let's remember that. You said a 7. Okay, so now we're gonna use 2 different tools to do this.
Okay.
All right, you might laugh at the first one.
A brush.
A brush.
Okay.
I'm gonna show you some new tools that maybe you'll learn a
No.
little bit more sensitivity.
Okay.
So what I want you to do is actually I'm gonna need you to kind of come over to this side a
Okay.
little bit more. Yeah. There we go. And then actually let me just have this scoop up. Actually go back.
Oh, go back. Okay.
But try to sit yourself as close as you can to that little hump, or maybe even just right there. That's fine. All right, cool, perfect. All right, so let's go feet straight out. All right. Okay, so we're gonna start with the right,
Okay.
then we're gonna move to the left. I want you to just tell me where you feel it at the most, and then which foot you feel it on the most. Okay. All right, here we go. Ready? Are you really ready? Or are you just
Yeah, I'm ready.
All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. All right. How sensitive are we saying that is? Let's try it again. Hold on. Just try to hold in there if you can. 1, 2, 3. Oh, she jumped right back. How sensitive are we saying?
Maybe like an 8, 9.
Maybe an 8 or a 9.
I don't know. What would you say?
That's pretty high. Okay, let's try the left foot. I want you to
Okay.
tell me which one is more sensitive. Okay. 1, 2, 3. All right. It looks like this one was probably more sensitive on this side. What do you think?
I felt like it was more sensitive on this
On the
side.
right side, right? Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. The right side was more sensitive. Okay, let's. All right. Yeah, it's definitely the right side. You didn't move as much. Okay.
Mhm.
So
That's
here,
strange.
I have a trick for you. I want you to try this, and we'll see if you feel it more or less. When
Okay.
you're doing it, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it again, but I want you to wiggle your toes while I'm doing it. And then
Okay.
you just tell me if you feel it more or less, okay? So you ready? 1, 2, 3, go. Wiggle. Feel it more or less.
Less.
How much less?
Maybe bring it down like 4 notches.
4 notches.
It more feels like you're brushing my feet than it does a tickle.
There you go. All right, and I'm going to ask you why. So let's try the left first. All right,
Okay.
let's go here. Probably really don't even feel it at all.
Yeah, that one's more like a 2, 3.
Why do you think that would be like that? Like, what is the reason that you think it would
Maybe
be like
because I'm focusing my mind on tickling my toes, so it takes away from the sensation down below.
that is part of it. So then also think about this. Our minds, we kind of said this earlier, mind's like the kind of command center. It's telling your body to do things, right? Kind of while you're thinking about, all right, I want to do this, it's like a distraction, right? You can't look left and right at the same time.
Right,
It's
right.
impossible. But also what you're doing is you're like sending energy, right? I'm also applying energy, and so it cancels the energy out. That's kind of a little trick for you.
Okay.
So if you go get your pedicures, I don't know if you're really ticklish when that happens, But that's one of the tricks you can kind of do. Just wiggle your toes a little bit. Just move around. And you should be
Okay.
fine.
It was
Try
so
this.
funny. She did it yesterday, and it was like tickling me. She's like, "Ooh, you're ticklish."
She's like, they love to do
They
that.
do.
Too.
They do. They think it's
ah,
fun.
You're a little ticklish here, huh? Okay. So now we're gonna try this
Toothbrush.
toothbrush. Yeah, I'm
Does
giving you
it-
some different tools here.
Yeah, you are.
All right. So we're gonna try here, and then we're gonna tell me where you feel it the most. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, 3. Ooh, where are we feeling it at?
The top the most.
So right in here.
Yes.
What about?
Yes.
Oh, right in the toe area. Okay, cool. Let's try the left. Tell me where you feeling this one at the most. Doesn't look like as much.
It's still at the top and the toes.
You're still feeling it, but not as much. What's the level here? What's the level here?
This one feels more intense on my right than the left.
Okay. Try wiggling again.
And that just kind of feels like a nice.
Nice little massage, maybe?
Yes.
So there you go. So some of the things I kind of go out and just talk about here. All right, I'm gonna have you just jump back to the other side, and then what I'm gonna have you do, we're gonna do a couple exercises here. So if you can't put your feet back up like you kind of had them before. Or,
Oh, like this?
yeah. All right. So here's what we gotta do. What I want you to do first, I want you to bend your toes, make a fist. Tell me if you feel pain or discomfort when you're doing that.
Like this?
Yeah. Is that easy?
Yeah.
Natural?
It feels like I'm
Relax.
stretching.
Okay, relax. All right, next, spread your toes. Spread. A little harder to do on this side. I see you got it more on this side.
Yeah.
Are you more right foot dominant?
I am.
Okay, relax. And then lastly, just wiggle your toes for about 10 seconds. Tell me if you feel pain, discomfort, any cramping, anything like that.
I feel like my right side is more flexible than my left.
Ah, it is. Now, are you right-handed?
Yes.
Okay. All right, so
Right
here's some
side
of the things you
dominant.
can do if you want to create more flexibility on this side. What you can do is tennis ball or golf ball.
Okay.
All right, in the mornings when you wake up, so like it's almost like your car, right? You get in your car, sometimes you gotta warm it up, get your fluids to like kind of be where they need to be at optimal temperatures. With your feet, it's the same thing in your body in general, right? You gotta stretch. So what you can do is take that golf ball or tennis ball, roll your foot across it in the mornings, and just like what it'll do is it'll start loosening up a lot
Like
of those
kinda
muscle
like-
groups. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. It'll loosen up some of those muscle groups and stuff that you have that you don't normally like stretch or anything like that.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's wrap here, and then we're gonna go ahead and shoot some more. But in terms of like my approach, when I first approached you about doing this interview and everything, once again, what'd you feel? What'd you think?
I thought
Thoughts?
I thought it was so cool.
Nice.
I thought it was cool. I
So
was down to
I
do
reached
it.
out to the right person.
You did. You did. You definitely did.
Love it. In terms of like the interview as a whole, right, start to finish, we kind of go along in this line. Did you feel like everything like made sense? Did it kind of like line up for you?
It did.
and
It
What
was-
was your thoughts about it?
It was really fun. And
Okay.
if anything, you taught me a lot of new things about feet. So, like now I'm gonna go home. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna look
Let me go
this
start-
up.
let me go slow. Let me
Yeah.
get here, yeah.
Because
Absolutely.
yeah, I learned a lot just from this interview alone. Meeting you is absolutely a pleasure. It's like you seem down to earth, and
Same.
it's fun. So
Love it.
I love this.
Last thing I'm gonna ask you, is there anything you can say to the channel, right? When it comes to trying new things, what is something that maybe helped you in the past? Maybe somebody gave you advice about something like to step out of that comfort zone. Anything you can leave with us?
To keep trying.
Okay.
You know, when I feel like sometimes when we want to try something new, we're on it and we're going through it, and it seems a little hard. It gets a little challenging, and we kind of want to give up, or we have doubt, or we feel like a certain way, like, gosh, this is just not working out for me. Like, where am I going with this? And that's doubt. And I think trying to ignore that and just realizing maybe this is an off day, and
It's not my day.
yeah, and just keep going. Just doing whatever it is that you felt in that moment, because whatever you felt in that moment that got you on this new experience or
Yeah.
got you to do something different or new, remember that feeling that you first got, okay? And then still harness it, and then just keep going with it. Even sometimes if it feels repetitious or out of the box, you know, whatever it may be, just keep sticking with it, and you're gonna, I promise it's gonna lead to more. I really do.
Love that. Love that. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate you stopping, just like coming out, doing this with us.
Thank
All right.
you.
Hopefully we'll see you again on the next one.
Yes.
All right. No,
'Cause
it's the truth. Like I just feel like you just have a natural like type of energy and just like how you just kind of go about things. It's really cool. All right. All right. So now give me some crossing. Just like kind of cross your legs. There we go. So and how did you first get your start? What was your like first start? How did you first get into this?
So I've been modeling off and on for 10 years.
Okay.
But I started when I was about 20 or 21. And it was something I always wanted.
Wait, hold on, wait, wait. Like,
I'm 33 now.
okay, well, you don't look like a day over like 20. Like, honestly, when you walked up, I was like, am I gonna have to cart this girl? I'm just being honest. I'm not.
No, I
trying to
appreciate
gaslight
that.
you.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm not trying to gaslight you or nothing, but like, when you walked up, I was just like, man, am I gonna have to cart this girl? Like, she looks like she's probably like a little bit.
Thanks.
But like, you look great. You
Thank
look great
you.
for your age.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, yeah, I'm 33, so
I even felt that way when you started talking about kids, and I was like, kids? It's like, wait, what's like? You look like.
I know sometimes I can't even believe I'm a mom.
Man.
Like I'm like, dang, I'm a mom.
That's amazing. No, but anyway, continue. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so I started about 10 years ago, but did modeling off and on.
Okay.
And when I first got into it, it was quite rough. You know, you really learn right off the bat that things can be very superficial, and you have to have a lot of confidence to be able to kind of work through that superficial aspect of it, because it sucks when you don't have a lot of confidence. And when I was younger, I didn't have that built up confidence. It wasn't there yet. And so it kind of deterred me a little bit away from certain modeling aspects, and I didn't really dive into like more modeling until maybe about 2021.
Okay.
And that's because I just kept getting this feeling that, you know, you should try to, you have beauty, okay? So you should try to be able to use it to be able to make money for yourself, but in a you know, in a wholesome way as best as you can.
Absolutely.
And then in the process of learning, like diving more into modeling, it opened my mind up to a wide range of all sorts of modeling. There's fine art modeling. There's like the foot modeling, hand modeling. There's runway modeling, editorial, commercial.
I think that's what a lot of people don't know. Like, right? There's so much. There are literally professional foot models who just like
Just do.
that's what they do for a living. And it's like you never see their face or anything, but like a lot of clips that you may see or like different advertisements.
Yeah, and I didn't know that. So it opened my mind up to a lot, and I just kind of like has started building myself up in the last couple of years. But all of the modeling I did before, I kind of did it for friends, for their
just for fun and stuff.
Well,
like that.
they would still kind of pay me or you know, kind of refer me. So that I had that a lot. But I because I got so scared from that super official aspect when I first got into it, I was like, you know what, I'm not going to do that anymore. I'm just going to go and model for people who like are who have some small businesses who want to build their business, and we'll collaborate and help each other out. So that's how it kind of started. And then as I kind of started growing my confidence more and growing into like who I am as a person.
Absolutely.
I
hit your stride basically.
Yeah. And then I was just you learn a lot of things going through like this whole modeling field. I got to learn to get past the superficial, you know, the base of it, building your confidence within yourself, knowing what you have to offer, and then just even like negotiating and all of that. There's a lot of, and it's cool. It's cool as a woman that you feel empowered.
Absolutely. I think I think I told you when you first came up, like I felt like just looking at your whole IG page, like you have this quiet confidence, like in all, that comes out in all your photos, right? It just seems like you're like I told you, I'm just here. Let's do this. Like that's what it feels like. So I definitely love that.
Thank you.
That. Absolutely cool. Let me have you cross the other way. All right. And then if you can't just keep your legs up, just like kind of like like put your legs like more straight.
Oh, like that?
There you go. Yeah. And just bring them down just a little bit, almost. Yeah, there you go. Nice. So what are you thinking about this? Like, what's the experience like so far?
I think it's cool.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I hope I can get into more like foot modeling.
Absolutely, absolutely. So this is your first time ever.
This is my first time ever doing things with like the feet.
Interesting.
My friends told me, they're like, oh, you should do that feet, what's it?
Feet finder.
Feet finder.
There's a lot of, so I'm gonna give you a lot of information after we're done with this. Just
Okay.
in case there's ever anything that you want to start up, I'm using information for sure. Cool. All right. So let's stop from here. All right. Actually, let me get one shot with you. Can you like hold your like shoes, like maybe put your socks inside the shoes and just hold them up, kind of just like give me some energy there. All right. Yeah, just freestyle, whatever you're feeling like in the moment, just go ahead. I'll definitely send you some of these.
Please, thank you.
Absolutely. So let me ask you this, what's your funniest shoot game? Like what was something that you did where you were like, maybe it was out of your comfort zone, but you did it and you were like, that really turned out well. I know this one's probably up there, but not yet.
This one so far is up there. I will say that.
Okay.
And then another one, I shoot with him quite a lot.
Okay.
You might see him in some of my tags, illuminated and faded.
Okay.
He pulls me out of my comfort zone so much.
Nice.
Like, and I learned, like, one time I have a very innocent mind sometimes. So I showed up to this photo shoot because he gave me like a heads up of like what it was gonna look like,
Yeah.
you know, kind of black leather, this and that. But he sent me a picture from Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Okay.
So that's the vibe I was getting. So I was like, okay, cool. So I show up and like I get put in this like costume of like black leather, and it was like hot but cool at the same time. I felt like a superhero.
There you go.
Yeah, I felt like a superhero. And then they're like, at the shoot, they're like, okay, well, what's the next thing that you get? And I was like, the Matrix.
There it is.
And then he's like, what about dominatrix?
Oh.
And I was like, oh. Oh.
I was like, that flipped really quick.
Yeah. So he pulls me out of my comfort zone a lot. And so we did like kind of like a dominatrix photo shoot, and that was different for me. It was very different.
I like that. That's really dope. I mean, to me, I think life is all about trying to get out of those like comfort zones. Like I think if you stay And so I have to ask this because, like, I cannot figure out what your ethnicity is.
I get that a lot.
I feel like I was like, is she Hispanic or is she, I feel like you're mixed.
I am. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So European, Native American, and Spanish.
That is amazing.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, and I couldn't tell because I was like, this looks like there's so much going on in there. And that's why I don't want to be rude. So, but
It's
I was
okay.
just like, it seems like there's a lot there right there. But I like it. That's a great mix. All right, cool. So now if you can, let's go ahead and just kick the shoes off. And so now I'm going to have you, let's go almost like cross this way, but like kind of like let that foot, the right
this
foot,
way.
yeah, and let it kind of like hang off a little bit off the side. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so let's switch to a new position. And then what I'm having you do is kind of like lean your legs like a little bit to the side. Like, yep, there you go. Okay. Alright, then cross for me if you can. Cross. Yep. You're natural, I'll tell you this right now. Like, I'll never do flip palm before, but you're definitely natural at it. Alright, then cross the other way. Cool. Alright, so next, let's do heels.